I'm sitting this morning with Cameron Fry from A Buyer's Choice for Home Inspections in North Bay. So you are a licensed inspector?
Yes.
And how long have you been an inspector?
5 years.
And now you've grown a team as well in North Bay?
Yep, there's myself and Marty Shank in North Bay, one other team member down in Aurelia.
I wanted to have you on because I thought this topic is definitely an important one for consumers to know. I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions out there when it comes to the deal killers in a home after a home inspection that are discovered in our homes here in North Bay. 100 years old this year, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of neighborhoods that were built 100 years ago plus. There's some that are 50 years, 70 years, whatever it is, but in different types of decades, there were different materials, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you come across them a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, because not every home has completely renovated and gotten rid of all these materials.
Yeah. Yeah.
So today I want to kind of myth bust a little bit and provide some value and some information to our consumers, because I often find people just run away from these stigmas. Meanwhile,
Yes.
they're just not educated on the topic enough.
Yeah,
Or-
I'd say it's more ignorance to a lot of the materials that we're going to talk about,
Okay.
or why people don't like them,
Yeah.
than the actual materials themselves.
Okay, so let's maybe start with the biggest one and the first one, which would be asbestos.
Yes.
Did I say that right? I feel like some people say asbestos.
Yeah. I think it's asbestos. So.
Asbestos.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find asbestos a lot. It was widely used from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you'll sometimes see it in some of the 80s materials. Not really as highly used then, but you still find it. A lot of times where we find it is attics with vermiculite, heat shields, because it actually made a really good insulator.
Yeah.
Heat shields on HVAC material.
On furnace pipes, that kind of stuff.
And
yeah.
then one that we really don't see, or you can't tell without testing, is in the walls or the ceilings.
In
with
the plaster
plasters.
itself,
Yeah,
yeah.
or concrete.
Yeah, so when you're looking at homes with plaster walls, plaster ceilings,
Yeah.
you can maybe have that tested to see.
Yeah,
Just
popcorn
try not to.
ceilings from a certain era.
And then another one that I come across a lot too is the like 8x8 tile.
Yeah,
as
9x9 tiles.
9x9 tiles.
9x9
that's right.
tiles, yeah.
And there's some in siding as well.
Yes.
Is what I've noticed. So these were the materials that I've come across over the years, but even doing my research, yeah, it was about till 1990 is when they kind of abolished it
Yeah.
in homes moving forward. So really in homes built after 1990 are usually pretty safe.
Yeah, they should be. We don't build with it anymore. They realized, hey, this is really not healthy for us.
Yeah. What is the problem? The problem is when it becomes airborne.
When it becomes airborne, when it's broken up into little airborne pieces, we breathe it in, it gets into our body, and then it causes cancer in the lungs.
Can be a contributor.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So again, doing our research, it's like long-term exposure.
Yeah.
There's risk. Compounded other factors like being a smoker.
Having an unhealthy lifestyle.
Having an unhealthy lifestyle. Again, everything is a variable, right? So this would all add to the fact. But they have actually explained in the Health Canada website that no amount of exposure is good.
Yeah.
But they can't correlate that you would die from it from minimal exposure.
Yeah,
Right? So it's
so-
all about having it become airborne.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
when we walk into houses and there is the heat shield on HVAC, or there's vermiculite in an attic,
Yeah.
you're not necessarily going to get exposed to it, because it's typically in a solid matter, unless you're in the attic kicking up the vermiculite. Typically when we go in the attics, we see that, we'll put on our respirator so that we're not breathing it in. But
Yeah.
if it's not disturbed, it's not airborne, you're not sanding it, it's
Sealed.
yeah, it's pretty low risk.
Yeah, so I would say from like a realtor standpoint, when we're looking at homes with buyers and those interior renos have all been done and the vermiculite is in the attic,
Yep.
then there is no reason to be afraid.
No, because
Because you're not going to tear walls down and make it airborne.
Yeah, and it's a
Right?
separate, the attic is separate from the living space.
A few years ago, buyers walked away because of the positive test in the attic, even though they weren't renovating.
Yeah.
So they missed out on a perfectly good house because of that.
Yep.
Now recently this year we had a home that had it in the attic as well, But the buyer, once we explained everything, we sent them all the literature from the Health Canada website, and they knew they weren't doing renos to the interior of the home. They were fine just keeping it sealed, right?
And I kind of find, and you guys probably see this more because you deal with the clients, everybody has a different threshold for these things.
I think if we all work together in trying to give them all the information and the literature out there and they actually read it, it's better. Tell me about floors. I think the problem is ripping these fibers up, drilling into them, cutting them up and making them airborne. So again, I think we've seen a lot of people just lay flooring over it.
Yeah, typically what I see, like especially even with the vermiculated in the attic, they'll just lay new material on top of the old material.
Yeah.
You're not disturbing it then, it is sealed, you're putting an LVL floor, it is pretty much an air barrier around that floor.
Yeah.
You can take it up, but remediation is expensive.
It's expensive, yeah.
Or if you're doing it yourself, you have to take the proper procedures to make sure that you wear the protective equipment. So it just depends on how you want to mitigate it.
What would be your advice if you suspect that there's asbestos in any materials in the home?
Have it tested.
Just have it tested.
I teamed up with a lab in Mississauga, Pinchin Labs.
Nice.
So I send off materials on a weekly basis typically now.
Okay, so you can do that now too.
Yes.
We don't have to call an actual company that does that kind of remediation testing.
No.
Okay.
So I go in, I'll take typically 3 samples, send it off to the lab, and depending on the lag time for shipping and when they get it, it should be about 2-3 days.
Oh, nice. That's really good. Yeah, that's awesome. So tell me about other stigmas in a home that you come across in North Bay.
Aluminum wiring.
Aluminum wiring.
Oh yes, this one gets, people see this and it's an automatic no for them, and it's still widely used in commercial and residential.
It's still insurable.
It's still insurable. The reason people don't like it is mainly because insurance companies have created this stigma around it.
Yeah, so charging it a little bit extra for in case a fire happens.
Yeah, or making them getting a master electrician to come in and sign a piece of paper saying like, hey, it's done up to code.
Yeah. So what we're finding with our deals is every time we do have aluminum wiring in a home or it's discovered, we get our electricians in to do an inspection of their own to make sure that they're all rated safe, like all the outlets, everything, all the connections. As long as they have an ESA number, they can write a letter and then we have to submit that to their insurance company.
Yeah, because ESA used to do the inspections on them.
Yeah, now they're letting electricians with ESA numbers because they're the same thing.
Yeah, and because they were just like, we're doing too many of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's what I've found through a lot of the things that we find in houses.
Yeah.
A lot of it is because insurance, same with the useful age, so like with a furnace, 25 years. People are like, 25 years, that's the cutoff. And I'm like, no. Like if you maintain that thing, you can go much further in time. Yeah, insurance has created stigmas around a lot of things in homes.
Okay, so it doesn't mean that the aluminum is completely unsafe, especially
absolutely
if all
not.
those connections are safe
Yeah,
rated.
and it has the oxidant on it, which makes sure that it doesn't expand. So
Yeah.
aluminum wiring, because it has a different coefficient for carrying heat, it
Yeah.
expands more than copper. So
Yeah.
that's what happens, and then it creates loose joints or connections, and that's arcing.
As soon as they hear it, they think they have to replace the panel, they have to replace all of the wiring in the home.
We're doing the whole house.
Yeah, and then so they walk away from the deal, even though at most, if you have to fix some connections and stuff, I think I've had an electrician go over to a few homes and the bill has always been between like 800 and 2,000 max.
Yeah.
So it's not a reason to walk away.
No, it's not.
It's a reason to negotiate, but it's not a reason to walk away.
Yeah, especially if you're finding it at a buyer inspection. Now, if you're finding it from like a pre-listing inspection, now you as an agent can deal with it better.
Us as the agent and the listing agent and the seller, could take care of it even before market.
You can take care of it before market, or you at least have it and you justify like, this is why we have this price type thing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the last one, which I think is a big one, is mold.
Yes.
Which is such a tricky thing because you can have small amounts of mold, you can have large amounts of mold. A lot of it can be repaired by just taking away the humidity in the space and proper ventilation.
Yeah, it's so mold needs 3 things. It needs a food source, it needs heat, and it needs moisture. So you take one of those away, there's no mold.
Yeah.
Now, okay, basements aren't boats. There's always a little bit of moisture, so just making sure dehumidifiers, your ventilation, even an oscillating fan, moving air.
Moving air, not stale and damp. And that's the thing with most of our homes in North Bay, you know, anything that's older than 25 years, The basement's porous. It always will be.
Oh yeah.
We live in a swamp.
They didn't do moisture barriers like they do now.
No.
So they didn't do like blue skin.
Yeah.
They didn't do a poly under the slab.
Yeah.
Like, so there's so many things
And also
that we do now.
before 2000 or before the year 2000, there weren't HRVs.
Yeah.
There, you know. So again, just I think even doing the work, if you're getting a whole furnace system put in an HRV.
Yeah.
That will help significantly.
Well, and HRVs, especially for some generation of people, they don't think they need it.
Yeah.
Because they were so used to houses being air drafty.
Yeah.
Well, now houses aren't air drafty.
Well,
we need the HRVs.
Yeah, and then and it's possible that you can deal with it if you have no significant health concerns. But I think mold specifically is really important to note for people with like COPD, breathing issues, asthma, things like that. So if you have some of these health concerns and you go into a space like this, you feel it more than a person without those conditions, right?
Yeah, and for the most part, you can see it. Now, there are instances where it's behind the wall, and it's on that. Drywall loves to grow this stuff.
Oh, it does?
Because mold loves to eat away at drywall, and the older OSB, because of the glue they used in it.
Yeah. So if you see some mold in a basement, an old basement on drywall, then it's safe to assume that there's maybe more.
Yeah, there may be more in that area.
Yeah.
Now, one-time leak isn't necessarily going to lead to mold. Now, every time someone says like, "Oh, we had one leak here,"
they think there's mold throughout the ceiling.
They're
walking away. They're walking out.
That's not the case. Like one time, not a big deal. But like if it's an ongoing issue. So.
Yeah. And is it true that if there is mold in a space, it doesn't mean it's a write-off for the whole house. You can actually renovate that space and it could become good again?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. You can do a little bit of mitigation in that one area, and a lot of times it's just on the surface.
Yeah.
You get some vinegar. Vinegar kills this.
Yeah, that was the concoction, the natural concoction that I was reading about. There's also a lot of different mold cleaners out there for like bathtubs, the seams, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We see it a lot get onto like the caulking of bathtubs. People freak out about that.
Grout for tiles. Tiles are nice in showers, but we have to keep resealing them.
I know.
We don't.
And we have to get one of those scrubby brushes. Like,
I
did that on my rental the other day and I got it all off. It's all gone. All the mold. Gone.
Now you need to reseal that.
Yeah, so I peeled the sealer off and then I put some new stuff back on and it's good as new.
Yeah.
There's no mold.
The tiles are one that I'm all for surrounds.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Do you have like your moisture reader? Would that pick up on moldy areas? Like
it'll
in the
pick up
basement,
moisture.
Or just pick up moisture, so then it'll give you a good sign of if that's present, and especially if you see it.
Yeah, and it's a good way for me to, I visually see something, I'm like, okay, this doesn't look right. Moisture meter and thermal imaging kind of help me confirm like what I'm seeing. Yeah. And a lot of times you can see it, it's visual. There's been the odd time where you've got a completed basement, I'm going through with a thermal imaging camera, and then I see, that's a weird anomaly, and then we do a further analysis, and it's like, okay, that's where the bathroom is. Yeah. There's a leak.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, was there any other stigmas you think you come across more often in North Bay?
I don't.
Other than the ones we talked about.
Yeah, no. Well, there's to go with the electrical, like when you're saying like aluminum, knob and tube. Knob and tube is one of them where you are going to have to rewire the whole house.
Yes.
So. Yeah,
but most of those have been done.
Yeah, most of them have been done, and typically.
So it was very early 1900s when those were put in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still come across the odd house that does still have it.
Yeah.
Obviously can't be insured.
No.
You need to completely gut it out.
Yeah.
I find what I come across more often is some of the century homes where everything's been rewired, but then there was like a little piece hanging that's just not connected to anything, right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of them will freak out and walk away from the deal. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
They just missed this little piece.
Yeah. And then another one that I find often, but really people don't walk away from it, is open grounds.
Open ground.
So because electrical went through many phases, you had wires that
Yeah.
were in a sheathing without a ground wire.
Yeah.
Now it's a pretty easy fix. They just put a GFCI at the panel
Yeah.
or at the outlet. And
Yeah.
you've corrected
And
it.
how long does that take an electrician to do?
Oh, it's like a couple minutes.
A couple minutes.
Yeah, like 30 minutes to an
Not
hour.
going to
let's say,
rewire your whole house.
No, and it's a code. It's
Yeah.
a code fix,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's not something where you have to run new wire through the whole thing. You don't
Yeah.
have to put the GFCI breakers in, which are extremely expensive.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Kim. This was awesome. Do you have any last words for our listeners? Anything you want to give them advice on when they're looking through a home inspection or looking at these homes?
As you're looking for homes, if you see things that you don't quite know what they are, feel free to give myself or Marty a call or a text or shoot us a picture, and we'll be able to help you and offer our advice. Advice is free.
Yeah, and I would say the same for us realtors as well. Like when we're all looking at homes, if we don't know the answer, we have a roster of licensed professionals in every trade that can answer these questions, get you a quote, and make sure that you're feeling safe and secure about your purchase. Anyway, thanks for coming on, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.